a drink.
Oh, take that sip. Sipping on some
Sip
sizzle.
it. All right. This is Real Estate Fight Club, episode 90. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jen Mertlin?
You know, hustling.
Hustling every day.
What you doing?
I'm living the dream. I gotta tell you, I'm just living the dream. I mean, it is
I don't
so
see an island in the background there.
An island?
Don't you want to be like by the water?
Yeah, I should.
I don't think the Ohio River counts as like serenity now when it comes to water.
No, it definitely doesn't. You want to live by the beach sometime? Is that like your goal? What's your goal?
No, I don't like the beach. I'm a city girl.
You're a city girl. You live in so you'll retire to a big city, or what will you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? I want to own a place.
Where do you want to go?
I don't want to go like anywhere specific, but like travel around and stay in some place for a few months and then go to another place for a few months. Owning it's a lot.
Yeah. It's like shackles.
Yes. I don't want to be shackled. You can't keep me in a box.
Nobody's holding Jen Mertlin down. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. We love having you tune in all the time. Thank you so much for subscribing and being a part of our Real Estate Fight Club Nation.
Boom.
Today, Jen and I.
Is it a nation? But, the nation, I'm thinking national, but we're international, girl.
We're international, but we are the Real Estate Fight Club Nation.
I got you now.
Correct. Mm-hmm. You're right. We're international. Today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this one. Should your buyer write offers on multiple houses at the same time? In other words, should they be,
like caveat, we know they're not like allowed to, quote unquote, but like, should they be allowed to?
Right. So what we're going to talk about today is if you were allowed to kind of play the field in that way,
right?
Should you be able to?
Yeah.
What's good about that? What's not good about that?
I think you should.
Of course you do.
Why? I feel like that's rude. You said it in a rude tone. Like it's a bad thing.
No, that's just your hustle. Like, yeah, let's put offers in on 3 houses and see which one's best.
I mean, okay, so the argument is going to be, I already know, it's going to be, well, what if you get all of them accepted? So here, okay, blah, 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 right? But like, there's got to be some type of wording in there that like somebody can come up with, the attorney or whatever can come up with, that it's like, we're putting in offers on multiple homes and like whoever gets back to us first is like the accepted one or whatever it is, right? But it's like, I feel like it evens the playing field.
Okay, so first of all, in a different market, maybe in this market, do you think that would fly with a seller? They'd be like, see ya.
Maybe not. Maybe they would feel like some type of sense of urgency.
Oh, like sort of when you're going to break up with your boyfriend anyway, and then the boyfriend breaks up with you first and you're like, wait, I love you.
Exactly. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Maybe. But I think too, like, it's not, so it's like, normally I'm a listing agent. So like this market is, I still don't like it, but like, I think that especially in this market, it allows buyers for like some control, right? Because right now, if you go look at a house, let's say you look at it on a Thursday, some agents are saying we're not looking at offers until Sunday. But you know what I mean? It's insane, but they've got to move in a month.
Well, like, if they find another house, they can rescind that offer.
Yeah, but maybe that house isn't looking at offers until Sunday either.
Yeah, well, this is the reality. Life's not fair. Buying houses isn't fair. It's hard.
Well,
in this market.
Okay. It's hard all the time. And we're not talking about fairness. I agree with you. Like the second you learn life's not fair, like, yeah. Right. But the question is, that's not what we're talking about. We're not saying, is it fair or unfair to be able to put in multiple offers, to be able to put in offers on multiple homes? We're saying, does it make sense that they should be able to do that? If listers can take multiple offers, why can't buyers put in multiple offers?
Well, the challenge with that from my seat in the stands, my seat on the podcast is this. Buying a house is hard. it's hard to get through it. There are a lot of hurdles. You have to be invested in the house, I think, to make it through all of the steps, the inspection, the freaking, all the documents you got to get to the lender. Like, this isn't an easy road.
No.
And if you have buyers that are sort of not attached, like, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and see if this one sticks. And yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and see if this one sticks. I just think you're not doing the client a service by, allowing them to not say, this is the one for sure. We want it. We want to go all in. I just think you're a better negotiator.
I understand what you're saying. And I agree with you on like a certain level, right? Like that makes sense. It's an emotional purchase for sure. I think you can be emotionally vested in more than one house. Uh-oh.
Well,
this is love.
What? Well, and you have worked with a lot more investors than I have in my years doing this. And I think for investors, I can see your point. Yeah, right. Like, lay it all out.
Buyers too, because sometimes like not one house hits every button, right?
Right.
So it's like, so maybe house number 1 hits 3 of 4 buttons, and house number 2 hits 2 of the same 4, right. But like also the one that was missing, and like it's still 3 out of 4. So like the emotional investment in the houses are like somewhat equal. They're close enough. But what's really sucky is that you say this is the one or whatever, and you see another one that could be the one. They're both not looking at any offers until Sunday, and you have to pick. But they're both they'd both be great.
So would you, in that case, allow your buyer to submit on both, believing that it would be very unlikely that both would come back without one single change to it?
I mean, definitely not. I think you have to have the wording. That's like a pretty big risk.
That's a real big risk.
If they would want to take that, that's fine.
Oops.
But no, I think there needs to be wording in there, right? So that you're putting the seller on notice. Hey, look, we have put in offers on multiple homes. We really hope that we get this home and we get this deal together. But we understand, like, if it, like, just know, and we'll let you know if we choose a different house, and you let us know if you choose another buyer. And like, that's it.
You're like a player.
Hey.
Is this how you run your like love life? You're like a player, like
disclose information like that.
I got two dates on Saturday. We'll see which one comes.
As long as they both know about each other.
Yeah. Oh Lord. I think that just sounds stressful and complicated.
It's stressful and complicated anyway. What's the difference?
It's not as much if you double the stress and drama.
I don't know. I would say that yes, maybe it definitely adds a little bit more like drama to it for sure. Yeah. But is it only more dramatic because we're not used to it? And that's like the whole thing, right? Like that's the whole thing about real estate in general. We're used to running this process for the last like 100 years, but we have to look at some of them and be like, does this make sense any longer? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, let's flip the switch on it a little bit and let's say it's not a market like we're in right now. Because clearly you're very rarely going to find 2 houses at the same time that you would bid on, probably. It's
right.
just so few. But let's say that it is a flip market, that it is a buyer's market. And that, would that work in that scenario a little better? I think you could say, because the sellers would have to reply to your offer quickly and get you to say, yeah, I am actually still in.
But I also think that this should be coupled with what we've talked about before about earnest money and having maybe some type of non-refundable, so that you do have the buyers have more skin in the game on the house that they are under contract on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So just to recap, if you didn't catch that episode, Jen liked the idea of part of the earnest money being non-refundable. It's just part of submitting your offer.
Earnest money is trash anyway. It makes nobody.
And then the other part would be more traditional, where you got it back at the end of closing, right? So what you're saying is, if we did this, you still would have to submit some sort of non-refundable deposit with your offers.
Yeah, I think you would have to.
I like that, just from a standpoint of it makes the buyers really say, like, do you really want to play this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know what the solution is. I just think that I think we need to look and say, is the way that we're doing business, does it still make sense in how we do business? And yeah, like, is there a better a better way. And I think there are some times that more than one house will work for your situation. And I mean, I think
you just don't want your guys to have to choose. You want their fate to be in the hands of the sellers then in that way.
Well, they can choose. They have the option to just pick one and let it ride. But sometimes they're under a time crunch, or sometimes two houses will work, but maybe one of them, I mean, right? It could be anything. There could be 1,000 different reasons why two houses work.
I just think it opens it up to some struggles as you get through the one house you ended up getting, because they're still got their 1 foot out of it. And like, oh, what if that other house? And
yeah, but if they so have you ever had a time where you're under contract and they want to go see another house?
Oh yes. It just panics me. Like, damn it.
Do you show it?
No.
Okay.
No, I say no. If you want to, get out of this contract, if this isn't your house anymore, we need to handle that first.
So that's the same thing
cheating.
You're talking about though, right? Like it's the same, like, well, I don't know, maybe.
No, it's cheating on your spouse is what it is.
Let's calm down.
You got into a contract.
Calm down. I don't show them either.
If you want out of the contract, then you get out of the contract.
Right.
You don't go peeping around. I will not be a party to that.
Oh, Jesus. But I think it's kind of the same thing, right? So like if you're under contract and there was this other house that you weren't able to go see, you still kind of have like, well, is this the right house? You still have that like 1 foot out the door, but I feel like this will actually satisfy that. And there is a point where you stop looking, right? Like when you get under contract, like highly recommend cutting off all the portals.
I do. It's the first thing I do when we go under contract.
Like close them down, shut them down.
Cut the portal down, cut them off.
Yeah. But like, I mean, why not? I don't know. I see what you're saying. It can be like a little bit more dramatic, but I feel like it's dramatic anyway.
I just feel like it's still, dating up until the night before your wedding. I think you decide.
It's not like that though,
because this your house?
You don't know as the buyer, you have no idea how many other offers were submitted. You have no idea what the seller's thinking. You don't even know if they're going to accept any of the offers or what they want. I mean, theoretically, the agents have talked, but sellers change their mind all the time.
It's true.
So, you just don't know. And why are we waiting if you don't have to? Now, what do I think the percentage of time that this would happen? I think it would be I don't think it would happen very much, but in the times that it would happen and does make sense, I feel like it should be an option. I think maybe I like the option.
You like options for sure. I can see a post right now in your future from a client of yours that said, my agent is so good. Not only did we win one house, I just bought 2 houses. That's Jen Martland for you.
I mean, if you want 2 houses, we can find you 2.
We can do it. You
know how many people own more than one house? There's so many people.
So many people.
So when you're prospecting.
Just not in the same city, in the same neighborhood at the same time.
Right.
Probably.
Well, I don't know. Some neighborhoods, you're like, dang. It's like incest.
Yeah, what's going on in here?
Yeah, some of the neighborhoods are super weird.
All right.
I feel like we should go back to our corner.
I need a drink and a snack.
A drink and a snack. Well, let's take a short break, hear a word from our sponsors, and when we return, we will have the final punches.
Welcome back. Let's get back to the battle inside the ring and close it out for our final round. But first, Jen, what are we doing? Are we taking this out to the streets for a street fight? Or are you doing a tiebreaker? What's going on?
As you know, many realtors are Team Monica.
Duh.
Not because it's right. It's because they don't like change.
No, because it's right.
No, because they don't like change. So we do have a tiebreaker.
Okay, good. Can't wait to hear that one. Good. All right. So give me your main advantage that you think why this is a good idea. What's the main thing?
I think having the ability to do it, I'm not saying people should actually do it. I think having the ability to do it would put the buyer's mind at ease to have the option.
I think it confuses I think it stirs the waters. I think it confuses people. You want them on a track. When they see a house and we've got to write an offer and we've got to go all in, you want all wheels on the track and heart in it and all of that, because how difficult it is to actually get through a negotiation, let alone an inspection, let alone approval for loan, all these things.
I just think it's going to be it won't take them off the track, because when the one that they win, they'll say something like, it was meant to be.
Meant to be.
And then it'll be like, wow, I'm so all in now because God has told me that it was meant to be. The universe has conspired to give me this.
Yes.
Which, true or not, I mean, you got it.
Could be true.
It's probably true, because that's what happened. I mean, I think stuff like that all the time.
I think this is going to have to be the end of today's battle. What do you think?
So, yeah, I think.
All right. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please do us a favor. Go to our Facebook page, Real Estate Fight Club Podcast. Let us know what you think. Have you ever done that? Have you ever allowed a buyer to write 2 offers? We'd love to hear how that turned out. Huh?
I don't even think it's allowed.
It's not.
Oh, have you done it anyway?
I mean, do you think everybody, hold on, you think our listeners are all following the rules? It ain't happening. Nope.
Good point.
All right.
Also, we are on Clubhouse, Real Estate Fight Club, at noon Eastern on Thursdays. Come and, yell at us in person. It'll be really fun. And of course, if you have any questions about EXP, feel free to call or text me, 513-400-1691. We would love to work with you. All right, Monica.
All right. See you next time, Jen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.